guys, time for another draw. So let's see what's my next read. Let's try to pick something more from like back. Oh, there's a whole bunch like on top of each other here. Let's go for the middle one. Okay, what is it? It's prompt number 8. And the book I picked is The Miniaturist by Jessie Burton. So I kind of vaguely remember the movie. Maybe I'll do a comparison review with the movie. But yeah, this is going to be interesting. It's been a while since I've read historical fiction. I've never read anything from this author, so let's see what is this about exactly. On a brisk autumn day in 1686, 18-year-old Nella Oortman arrives in Amsterdam to begin a new life as the wife of illustrious merchant trader Johannes Brandt. But her new home, while splendorous, is not welcoming. Johannes is kind yet distant, always locked in his study or at his warehouse office, leaving Nella alone with his sister, the sharp-tongued and forbidding Marin. So there's a whole bunch of more stuff written here, but that's the gist of it. So I hope I'll like it. It's 400 pages, so it's not exactly short. I'll probably try to listen to it if I can find the audiobook. If not, then I'll just have to read it with these little eyeballs. Well, I hope I'll like it. And what do you think? Have you read this book? Thanks for watching. Bye. Hi guys, so this is a review of The Miniaturist by Jessie Burton. I read this book as part of the 2026 PopSugar Reading Challenge, and this was for prompt number 8, a book about a sexless marriage. So there's none of that going on here, so yeah. So this book is about Nella, who's 18, and she moves to Amsterdam to be with her husband, who's were twice her age. And he's called Johannes Brandt, and he lives with his sister Marin and his manservant Otto, who's black, and Carolina, who's their maid. And so when she moves, she expects this to be a regular marriage, but it's definitely nothing like that. For her marriage, she receives from her husband a gift of basically their own house, which is kind of like she's a child. But anyway, she then contacts a miniaturist to fill it with furniture. She orders some furniture, but what she gets isn't what she ordered. Well, it is, but there's so much more. And through this, there are more and more secrets of the household revealed through the miniatures and through her own snooping. Throughout the story, the Calvinist society that they live in impacts their lives a lot. Not only in how the women are treated, what their rights are, but also what Johannes Brandt himself is allowed to do and not to do. It's a contrast between greed and piety, because while the city thrives on its merchants, people like Johannes Brandt, it also has this air of piety and austerity. This story is also about how women were so limited in what they could do, and no matter whether they chose marriage or they chose not to marry, it was still very confined, very limited. Nella was my favorite character. She's a nurturer, she takes care of people. She is actually only 18, but she's a very strong woman. She grows a lot in this story, basically she grows up from childhood to womanhood. And that was possibly the most exciting thing to follow. Marin is also a very interesting character because at first she comes off as someone who's very pious, who's very cold, but we slowly peel back the layers of love, of care, and of all the restraints that she had to put on herself to exist in the society. So the miniaturists themselves is an enigmatic figure, and throughout the book we question, is the miniaturist a seer, or are they just very observant, or do they have spies everywhere? Um, the book is actually pretty open-ended in a lot of things, but there is a sequel which I haven't read yet, but I am planning on it. I put it on my PopSugar list. It fits the prompt. And so that's a project. And I also watched the adaptation. It was very well done, very pretty, and they did change a couple of things, but the core of the story stayed there. And so yeah, it's well worth a read. I gave it 5 stars because I still keep thinking about these characters. I really fell in love with the characters. It was very atmospheric. It's not a short book, but I really enjoyed it. And I recommend, if you love historical fiction, if you love books about women and how they cope in their various positions in history, then I highly recommend this book for you. And please read my full review on all the review sites. Thanks for watching. Bye!